This is it. It's like a sunset bench right here. You can see that's the view. Just as usual, there's some high voltage power lines over there. Our little gear check. We got the S24 as usual, as S-Charge battery, another battery bank from Rich Wallet, the split for between the power and memory SSD, and then we were able to mount our GoPro 11 Mini on top of the rig, and then of course the S-Charge cable is hooked up to it to charge the battery. And then we got the stick from Insta360, and that's the whole setup. Somewhere over the rainbow. Okay, now we're going down. What do you call the stick? Should I call it the tripod? The tripod stick from Insta360. So I did a little price check on AT&T website because they're still having the 16 Pro Max, the one with the titanium frame. Now those phones are going away. You know, they're selling them. They're the last bit of the 16 Pro Max. You know, if you want to get them, now is the time because they are going away. But the price comparison between the 17 Pro Max 256 and the 16, the price ended up to be the same. So I look at the plan I selected, the monthly payment with the discount, they're end up the same payment, same tax and license, tax and fees and payment with the, of course, the one-time activation fee, $35. So if I were you, I would think about it. Which one should I get? Should I get the newest, the latest, and the greatest, or should I just get the last year 16 Pro Max? You both get like a $200 additional credit per line. That's like a $5.75 per month's credit when you spread out through 36 months. But somehow I wanted to get the titanium frame if I would get a new phone, because the new aluminum Pro Max, I don't know, could be a lot of issues. Anytime they make a new redesign the phone, might becomes a lot of problems. So you do want to wait until they mastered it before you upgrade, you know. Like the 11 Pro and Pro Max, the iPhone 11 is the beginning of the new design since the 10, right? So ever since 11, you see the tri camera design on the Pro lined up. So now the 17 is the new generation of the next design. The unibody frame of the aluminum, and then you see the whole camera bump, you know, or the chateau, what they call the fancy word chateau, camera chateau. So that represents the new body design for the iPhone. So along with the new design, new material is going to have a lot of issues. One guy tested with a hammer that has this kind of head on the new body design versus the titanium body or the titanium frame. He said this will almost punch through the aluminum. But with the titanium, he just make a little dent. So that tells you how tough the titanium versus the unibody, the aluminum. So you do have to get a good case for it though. You do really need a tough case, especially the corners. If you want to get the new 17 Pro Max. When you ever wondering why they're able to keep the price, right? Even though this is a newer generation, newer technology, they're cutting costs on the material. That's why they go. That's the real reason behind they going through aluminum. They do better on the heat dissipation, but come on, man, that's not the biggest reason they behind it. They're cutting down the costs, so they have to use a cheaper material. Look at that, beautiful, the orange sky. Short hike, a little short hike. Pretty good though. Got the exercise done pretty much. Pay on set.